What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 710 Reviews UK. I hope you're all doing well. Today, people, we have another double review for you. We have two things from a boy over at FTP Store. We have his Khalifa Mints 90U whole plant fresh frozen rosin, and then we also have their, I don't know if I'll be able to get the actual name tag on this because the vape's covering it. Their blueberry Gushers rosin cart as well, which is also 90U whole plant fresh frozen. So how are we all doing, people? I hope everyone's doing well. So we'll kind of just jump straight into this and stuff. So I can't really talk about the smell when it comes to a vape and stuff. So a lot of people won't have really seen any of my vape reviews and stuff because it's been a while. The last thing that I reviewed, I think, was a 22K cart from America. So there's not much to talk about in terms of the smell and stuff for the vape, but I can sort of just talk about how it looks and everything like that. And as you can see, the rosin itself, if it wants to focus, come on, there we go. It looks brilliant. It looks great. It's super clear, nice air bubble in there. As you can see, that air bubble ain't moving at all. As you can see, I have also smoked a good chunk of this already in prep for the review, so that I can give you truly honest thoughts. But this rosin is different. Little sneak peek there for you. You'll see it all in the B-roll footage and whatnot. But we'll give it a smell. Let's jump right in. Holy crap. Mate, smelling things like rosin just makes me feel like a kid on Christmas. I just get so excited for it. Oh my god. So Khalifa Mint is a cross of KK, Khalifa Kush, and the menthol. I've never had the menthol before, but given the name, I can just imagine it's a super minty strain. And like, when you smell this, it's like sour, citrusy, like lemon citrusy, not really like sort of like orangey, citrusy, anything like that, or like lime. Like sour lemony, almost like a lemon tree sort of thing. And then this like really fresh like mintiness. Like, do you know when you have like an airwave or something like that, like the green pack that's like extra minty? It has like that kind of smell to it. It smells incredible. So people, as always, we'll cut over now to the B-roll footage. You can have a better look at the branding, a better look at the products. Obviously we have two. We have the vape and this. Yeah, better look at the branding, better look at the actual products. We'll have a dab, we'll have a vape, and we'll see how they're both doing. So we are back, people. I hope you enjoyed the B-roll footage. As you can see, these products look absolutely phenomenal. So people, we'll start off with the cart. This is Blueberry Gushers. I just realized I don't think I actually said the cross of this in the beginning of the sort of like review. This is Gelato 41 cross Triangle Kush. I've never heard of Triangle Kush before. Obviously everyone's heard of Gelato 41. It is probably one of the most staple strains in the modern world. So I'll sort of just jump into the taste of this. Like I say, I've already had like a quarter of this, because if you don't know how I do my vape reviews, I'll give you like a little bit of a breakdown. I tend to get the vape products like the carts or disposables or whatever, and I will use them for at least 2-3 days, and this is like each strain that I will be given, and then I do my review on them, because unlike sort of like flour or anything like that, I just don't think it's fair to really review a vape on the first pull of it and stuff. I think you need to use them a little bit more to really understand the flavor, because vape cart tech can suck dick and it can be really bad, and it might taste amazing at first, and then you get sort of like 4 or 5 pulls in, and if they ain't using something like AVD or C-cell, it's just not going to taste right. The wick will burn out super quick, or it's just not ceramic and it's just naff. So these are made with an AVD tech, so this is ceramic coil, as you can see, a super nice. So we'll jump into the taste test. Oh my god, it helps if you turn on the thing. We're on, as you can see. So I'm vaping this at 2.9 volts, anywhere from sort of like 2.2 to 2.9, maybe 3 at a push is perfectly fine for your carts and stuff. Anything more than that and you're just going to burn it out. God, this is so smooth. if you've not really had a lot of rosin carts or anything like that, I noticed that a lot of rosin carts tend to get really harsh around about this point in the smoke. So once you've gotten past that initial just like fresh bit of use, they lose a lot of the terpenes, they lose a lot of the quality of life stuff that comes with just smoking rosin. This one hasn't. It really hasn't. It's been quality. So I keep getting distracted and not talking about the taste. It has your typical sort of like 41 characteristics. It's vanilla-y, it's gassy, it's creamy. But then like you kind of get this like other sort of like tropical, fruity, citrusy sort of vibe. But it's not very strong or anything like that. It's not like it overpowers anything else. There's just like this subtle sort of like sweetness at the back end of like your inhale and stuff. I'd definitely say it's more sort of 41 dominant than it is like a sort of like even split of the two, because this is really vanilla-y. It's really sort of like sweet, it's gassy, it's creamy is the word I was looking for. But it's like I say, it's not really, it doesn't have much of the fruitiness coming out in it and stuff. It just has this like really nice undertone of it. But it tastes absolutely brilliant, I can't lie. Absolutely great. So, helps if I don't drop the vape. We'll now move over to the rosin itself. So we've now spoken about the rosin cart. It's now time to take a dab and see how the rosin itself is tasting. So it's not obviously the same rosin that's in the cart. It would actually be pretty cool to do a review of a product where I have the raw rosin and it in cart form and stuff. It'd actually be really cool if we could get all three, if we get it in flower form as well. That'd just be awesome to taste the different terps at different levels of extraction and natural and stuff. Like, that'd just be really cool. But let's load up the rig. Oh god, holy shit. So we are back, people. We have now smoked our rosin cart, we've smoked our rosin, and I need to give you my overall thoughts. How did I find them? So we'll start off with the rosin cart, which was the Blueberry Gushers 90U whole plant fresh frozen. It was a fancy ass cart, I can't lie. We'll start out with the tech on this, because I believe this is an ABD tech. It's unbelievable, people. So I have more of a preference towards ceramic coils, like this one does. I'm inside the actual extract. So this has a ceramic coil. I find that these heat far more evenly. You get way less crystallization in the actual chamber that the smoke comes through or the vapor comes through. They don't overheat as much either. I don't find that the cart gets too hot that carries on kind of like cooking the actual rosin or extract that's in there. And this one is no exception to that. If I kind of show you the actual inside of this, if I can get a look in there, you can kind of see there's nothing. There's no crystallization. There's no rosin being pulled through on my tokes or anything like that. It's clean. It's efficient. 10 out of 10 for the actual tech, for sure. Moving on to the actual, just dropped it. Moving on to the actual rosin itself that's inside of the cart. Obviously, it was a Blueberry Gushers strain, which is Gelato 41 Cross Triangle Kush, I think it was. It's about a day or two later, so forgive me if I don't remember it off the top of my head. I remember it was a lot more 41 dominant than it was Triangle Kush dominant. I hadn't ever really had Triangle Kush before and stuff, but people were saying that you should expect sort of like fruity notes coming through with it, and I didn't really get too much fruitiness. It was really vanilla-y, it was really creamy, it had like that typical sort of like 41 gas that came with it. So it really did taste more of like a 41 dominant batch taste, which was no complaints from me because 41 is my favourite gelato fino. So absolutely 10 out of 10 for me. I have no real complaints about this. It talks nice. It's not harsh. It doesn't irritate your chest in any way. It doesn't irritate your throat. There's just no real bad markers of it. I guess the only sort of issue with it is that it's a 0.5 mil. I think a gram could be a little bit nicer. But again, that's just like a preference thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not an actual complaint of the product. So absolutely fantastic on that front. Now we need to talk about the actual rosin itself, which was the Khalifa mints, which was Khalifa Kush crossed with the menthol. Like I said in the actual review, I've never had the menthol before. It's not even a strain that I've really heard about. It's not something we ever really get over here in the UK. Obviously, everybody knows KK because of obviously Wiz Khalifa. And I will say, I'm not normally a big fan of Khalifa Kush. I don't really rate the strain as much as a lot of other people seem to do. But with this rosin, we'll start off with the overall look of it. It is clean, people. Like, I mean, you've seen the actual B-roll footage of this stuff. It's damn near white. It's super, super clean. There is zero plant material in this whatsoever. So in that front, no complaints from me. Absolutely nothing to complain about. It's a beautiful looking extract. You can tell this has been extracted as well to a very high quality. The actual material going into this was clearly very good. It wasn't done with just some shake or anything like that. It's whole plant fresh frozen, people. This grow was finished and immediately frozen to lock in all those terps. And my God, does it actually make a difference, right? It is incredibly terpy. It's so strong, it literally slaps you in the face. So like I said in the smell, it has like this sour lemony vibe going on. Like it's minty fresh as well. Like you've had like a pack of airwaves or something. That 100% translates through into the actual dab as well. When you take that initial talk, your nose just expands instantly, man. Like, do you know, like when you'd have like menthol spray or anything such as that, right? And then your nose would just clear up instantly, man. It's almost like sharp to breathe. It has that exact same vibe. But then couple that with this like sour, lemony sort of like citrusiness that comes in. It is delectable. I am honestly upset that I'm eventually going to run out of this rosin and I might have to grab some more because it's so good. No real complaints. My only complaint is that there's just not enough of it. I want a baller jar. I want an ounce jar of it, but I can't afford that. It's amazing. Both these products, I could not recommend them anymore. They are top tier. The tech behind them is really good. The actual products going into them are really good. You can tell this isn't being done on the cheap. This has been done properly and professionally. Yeah, highly recommend these guys. Check out FTP Store. Their info link is in the description down below. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, just kind of look about my page and you'll see them. If you're on X, again, follow my links tree and you'll see all the links to all of the stuff. You know what I mean? Check them all out. And we'll be back next time, people, for another episode of 710 Reviews UK.